Hello all. So again, welcome to the episode 3. So till now, what we have seen, just to give you a little glimpse about it. So in the episode 1, we have understood about how to pull any images from the Docker Hub and then try to test it into our local system. Then in episode 2, we have understood about how to write a Docker file, how to convert that simple file using a Docker build command to convert it into image so that I can push these images into Docker Hub and then I can just run the Docker run command and able to use these images into my Docker container and try to use the entire application very smoothly without any necessary set of installation, because installation was already written in a Docker file. I just need to build the image and then run the image. Now in the episode 3, whatever images that I have built locally, now in order to publish it into the market, I will going to use the Docker. I will tell Docker to push these images into the Docker hub so that it is accessible to all, so that other people can also use these things. Okay. So in the first part, we will see our how to push the image into the Docker hub. And in the second part, we will see that how to write a one Docker compose file. So let me first tell you about how to create the Docker Hub account and then how you can push it your local image into your Docker Hub. So Docker Hub is similarly like a GitHub. So it's just a cloud source. So if I just go here and just use Docker Hub, so inside this Docker Hub, just go here and you can let me just sign out. So you just need to do the sign up operation. Inside the sign up operation, the same account that you have used for login in a Docker desktop, the same email and user ID you need to give. So I have already created the account, so I will just going to do the sign up. So let me do the login operation here. So let me go back, sign in. This is my account. Let me enter my password. Now you can see that this is my Docker Hub and these are the repository. So let me push my image into the Docker Hub and then show it to you. So what I will do here is that I will come here again and let me clear this up. Let me show you my images, Docker images. These were my images. Now let me push it into my Docker Hub. How will I push it? So first I will going to initiate the command docker login. So it will going to validate and then let my local system know that this is the username that I have in my Docker Hub and my login has succeeded after doing the authentication project and other things. Now let me try to push it. So in order to push it, so these were my images, right? So let me just use Docker and then let me first give some tag that what are the tags. So let's say that Docker tag and then my username. So let's say these are my username ARYAN 215 UPTA, and then let me try to give the image name. So let's say these are the image. So let me give version 1. That's it. Enter. Okay, so it is first asking my base image name. Let me give my base image because it is telling that it needs two arguments. The first is your source image and then the second is your target image. Got it. So now what I will do here is that I will going to use my source image as these are my source image, and then again I am supposed to use my username here, the username of my Docker Hub. So 215 GPTA slash my image name. This is my image name and then colon, let's say version 1. Now let me clear these things. Now let me push my image. So let me push the images. Which image? So Docker images. Let me push this image which I have just created till now. I have just used the tag operation so that I can just tag my image. Okay, so that I can identify that this is the image that I need to push it. It is nothing but it is just a replica of my last image. That's it. Now what I will do is that I am just going to use the docker push command. So docker push and then my this image. If I just going to use it, press enter, what it will do is that whatever the images that I have in my locally, it will going to push it into my Docker Hub. So let's wait and let it push first. Meanwhile, you can see these things also. So if I just going to open my Docker Hub desktop, so this is my Docker Hub desktop, you will see that in my image, you are going to go get all these images. So you can just try to run the images from here directly as well. And then all these images are running it into the container. So let's say that you have pulled some images, some other images, okay, that will going to come and display it over here. Now you are going to run these images into the container. So what I have already told you about the container, right? So that is why. Okay, so now my images has been pushed. Now let me check. Let me just click the refresh button and you will see that this is my image. So next time, if any person wants to use my Python app, they don't need to go to GitHub, clone the repo, install the requirement, and then run the Python application, different command to set up my project into their local system. What they will do is that they will directly ask for a Docker image. I will just going to give my Docker image location just like this. Okay, I can just going to give this Docker image and they will just going to copy it. They will use the, let me clear these things, CLAR. They will just use the Docker pull command. So what they will doing, they will going to run the Docker pull command, Docker pull, and then my image name plus my version v1. Okay, because this was my version, right? The v1 is my version, so you can allot many different version of the single image. Then this is my version and press enter. Now what it will do is that it will going to download my entire project into their system. Simple. If I just going to use the Docker images, you will see that these images has now just been created. Okay, or maybe you may be confused that this is the previous image. So okay, let me prove it to you. So let me give a proof, Docker RMI remove images. Then let me remove these things, let me clear, let me use the Docker images. Now no images are present here. Now let me use the Docker pull command. So what I will do is that I will just going to give my image location here to the person who is expecting my project to test it. Now I'm just going to give the image location, the image that I have just pushed now. Then they will going to use the Docker pull command, and then they will specify the version as v1 and then enter. So now what it will do is that it will going to download the image into their system, just like it is downloading into my system from the Docker Hub. Then if I just need to test it, Docker images, this image is present into my local. Now let's run this image because it is already in the image format, right? So I don't need to use the Docker build command. Now let's run the Docker image. So Docker, then run. And then if I just want to run it in interactive mode, or let's say I need to use the port mapping, so let me use these things. And then let's say that I want to run it on 8000 because locally it was running on 8000, right? So the person need to tell you that that the local port of this API is running at 8000. Then after that you need to specify the container port as well, and then your image name, which is these things. Just copy it, just paste it, and press enter. Now this image is smoothly started running it into your system, as you can see these things. Okay, so now are you feeling confident that now if any project, are you able to make the Docker image from that? You will going to use the Docker build command to convert the Docker file into the Docker image, then push this Docker image into the Docker Hub. And now you can also tell that just if you want to run my project, this is my Docker Hub, this is my image, just pull it into your system and run it smoothly without any hesitation to install any operating system, without any hesitation to install any requirements, any libraries, nothing. One Docker is going to take care of everything because everything it is running it into my container. If I just go and check my Docker container in my Docker desktop, I will tell you, see, in my Docker desktop, the one container it is running. Okay, it is just giving the random name, but you can see that this image is running. This image is running at port number 8000. The first is 8000 is my local port on which my Python file is running, and this 8000 is the port of this container on which it is running. Container is what? Container is just a compute. It has allocated some CPU. I have already told you that it is a kind of a mini computer. Okay, it has some memory, it has some RAM, it has some CPU allocation. You are running it into the Docker container, and these were the images that you have built now, or pulled from some other source. Okay, so these were the images that you have built by yourself, or maybe you have pulled some other images. So they are all going to listed here. Okay, so in this way you are supposed to understand about the entire thing. Okay, now let me again come back to this thing. Let me just use the control C. Let me clear this up. Then I will just going to use the docker ps -a, and these things are so these are the container which is running, right? So let me just remove this. So docker rm, if it was already in a state of active, then you just need to use the docker stop command, and then you just need to give the container id. But these things have already exited, so I can just use the docker remove, and then this container id, then just press it, and you can see that my container is now empty. Okay, now it is only containing the image. That's it. So again, let's push some other image as well, okay, which you have created, which means the Rohan's operating system, the Ubuntu operating system. So let me just use the clear docker images. These were the images. Now let me push it. Let me push the Rohan's Ubuntu latest operating system. So what I will do, I will just going to use the docker login. After doing the logging, then I will be using this tag. Okay, I will be tagging to my image. So I will just going to use the docker tag, and then this is my image, then space, then your username, your docker hub username, that this is the local image and you want to push it into the docker hub. So you need to give the docker hub username, docker hub, so rn215, this is my username, and inside this let me just copy my base image name, and let me give some version as v1. So I need to use these things here, rn215 and then slash. Yeah, now press enter. Now that my image has created, if I just going to see these things, docker images, this is the image. Now I need to push it. Which command I will use? Docker push, and then the final one, this one. Then now this is pushing my image into my docker hub. So after these things has been pushed, you will see that if I just going to press the refresh button, go to repository, you will see my two images. The first image is my Python app images. The second is my operating system Ubuntu image. Okay, so one can also try to run the Ubuntu directly by pulling my image from my Docker Hub repo, and then they would able to run it into in their system. So yeah, this is what I want to tell you about the Docker pull, that how to make your project completely become public, and then it become completely independent of your any dependencies. So you don't need to do any operating system dependencies, some requirement and other things. And this is what the very like prime necessity of using the Docker, because you have already learned about what is GitHub, how to build the entire project in a very modular fashion, how to build the API, how to test the API, how to push it into the GitHub. But after that, you should know about how to use the Docker, so that you can write your Docker file into your project, so that finally you would able to create the image out of it, push it into the Docker hub. Now there is nothing need to do anything with your GitHub, because you have already created the image of your project, you have pushed it into the Docker hub. Now if any other person will try to just test your project, then they will just going to get your image from the Docker pull command, and they will directly running your project into their operating system. in their Docker container, because in the Docker container there has already some compute and some RAM has been given allocated by your system, by your local system, right? In this way you can try to work on many images, try to run many images parallelly, and then try to see different technologies, different database and other things as well. Okay, so these things I want to tell you about the entire section of Docker Hub. So yeah, so let me just recap. In the episode 1 you have understood about how to pull the Docker image, how to run it into your system. In the episode 1 you have learned about these things. In episode 2 you have learned about how to make your Docker file, convert it into the image by using the Docker build command, and then how to associate some volume if some volume is needed into your container, then how to do the port mapping if your application is running on some APIs and then APIs is allocated some port, then how to use the port mapping and other things. Then in episode 3 you have also learned about how to make your image, push it into your Docker Hub market so that other can also use it by using the Docker push command. Okay, so these are the different 5 to 6 commands which is needed for you to become an expert in Docker. Okay, now the last step is that let me write one Docker compose file. So let me tell you very briefly about what is Docker compose file. It is also very easy. So whatever the things that you are doing it step by step, right? In Docker compose.yaml file, so YAML file is just an extension. Okay, extension. So this is another type of file like a txt file, like a png file, like a ipynb file. YAML file is also an extension which helps you to write it everything in one go. And in the YAML file you will specify that first this image should start running, or then this image should start running, then this image should start running. So it is very in a very orchestrated fashion, step by step, so that every time you don't need to run the command again and again. Okay, so let me tell you about this Docker compose file in my next video. But for agenda of today's episode is just to make you understand about this important thing, okay, that how to push your image into the Docker Hub so that others can also use your project directly without any hurdle of dependencies. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you for gaining the entire knowledge of Docker. Now let's move into the another set of how to use the Docker compose command. Thank you.